Good evening and welcome to another episode of Brodie's Bedtime with me, Brodie's dad, and my good Canadian friend Toronto here. Hello, Brodie. Now, Toronto and I were just discussing cricket because England have just won a cricket game against Pakistan to level the series 1-1. So we thought we'd base today's episode on Canada. What? Canada, we're going to talk about Canadian things today. Well, cricket and Canada do sort of almost go hand in hand. Did you know that the first ever international cricket game was contested between the... Ow! Oh, ow! What on earth was all that for? Well, cricket's very, very boring. No, it's not. It's a great game involving... I'll hit you... Okay. You're telling me about cricket and it's ridiculous. There's all silly mid-ons and middle wickets and stumping and all sorts of other disgusting perverse acts. I sincerely disapprove. Look, it's a gentleman's game, unlike you. Okay, don't look at me like that. You looked at me like that and then headbutted me. My goodness me, I've been beaten up by a bear. Well, what do you expect? I'm a bear from Canada. You know what happens when you see a bear in Canada in the wild? You slowly walk away from it unless it tries to tear your head off or something, and you let me sleep in your bed. Obviously, I'm going to attack you. I mean, you're lucky I haven't eaten you so far. He thinks I eat honey. He's a bit of an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I'm just... Okay. All right. We'll talk about Canadian things. Goodness me. You have been promising me for ages that we're going to talk about Canadian things. Right? Okay. It's just I haven't really prepared to do it. It's okay. I've prepared for you. Be right back. What are you doing down there? What are you bringing to the... Oh, I see. You've got a whole box of stuff there. Right. I have here a big pile of Canadian things, and you... Yes, you are going to present it to Brodie, so Brodie understands more about Canada. It's been very Canadianist lately. Right. Now get on with it. Yes, okay. I'm going to sit on your knee. Oh, no, that's generally the drill. Okay. I'm going to try and get my head straight after being assaulted by a bear. We're going to talk about... Get on with it! Okay, we're going to talk about Canadian things. Okay. What's this? He's brought me this. This is, we're playing a board game? Okay. Oh, I see. It's the board game Risk. Right, I think I know. I think I'm supposed to point Canada out on a map. Yes, there we go. So here's a map of the world. As is shown on the board game Risk. It's a great game. Daddy will teach you to play it one day. And this part here, this is Canada. Quebec, where they think they're French. Ontario, where Toronto's from. Alberta. Yep. And the Northwest Territory, which is, believe it or not, in the Northwest. So it's an old-fashioned game. So what else have we got? Maple syrup. Canadians put maple syrup on absolutely everything. Chips, beef. Okay, I'm not taking the mick. I've just seen South... I know South Park isn't a good example. But I'll tell you what there is. There's a little Canadian flag just there. So in case you're interested, son, that's what the flag of Canada looks like. Okay, what else have we got? Ooh. So this is Neil Young. He's Canadian, and he's one of your... It's nice of you to include Neil Young. Thank you, Toronto. He's one of your daddy's favourite people. I'm talking now. I'm doing what you asked, okay. So this is Neil Young, and he has many great albums. Did you get a Neil Young album? Well, you got all the stuff in. Oh, yes, I should have got a Neil Young album. Doesn't matter. I have brought some CDs. Look, I know. I'm going to get to the... Look, stay down there. Okay, so that was Neil Young. He's had some marvellous music. Daddy's a big fan. Okay, so more Canadian music. This is Leonard Cohen, who's much softer than Neil Young, and he writes some absolutely wonderful lyrics. And your daddy's quite a big fan of Leonard Cohen. Much like Neil Young, your grandpa got your daddy into his music. This is the Canadian rock band Rush with their classic album Moving Pictures, which is what the cinema used to be called, a film, Moving Pictures, but they've gone for a pun. As you can see on the album cover, there's a load of people literally moving pictures. That's a very good album. And then if you grow up and you like a bit of heavy metal, which your daddy does, this is the Cancer Bats. They're Canadian and they're kick-ass. Fantastic. So what else has he brought? One more thing. This is Jim Carrey, and he is statistically the funniest Canadian ever. One person the Canadian government doesn't have to apologise for, unlike Bryan Adams and one assumes eventually Justin Bieber. Anyway, are you satisfied?
Yes, I'm very satisfied. Thank you for taking a tiny amount of time to show Brodie a few Canadian things.
Maybe there's some Canadian facts you'd like to say to Brodie.
Well, okay then.
Or you could tell him.
Oh yes. Well, Canada is the biggest country in the continent of North America.
That's true, and even in South America.
Yes, but it's not in South America.
Yes, but in the whole of the Americas, it's the biggest country. I think it's the third biggest country in the world.
Is it?
I think so. I think only Russia and China are bigger.
Oh, how about that? Canada is the third biggest country in the world.
And do you know who the Canadian head of state is? Come on.
Is it President Trump?
No, he's head of state of the US. He's the head of state of Canada. You're the worst Canadian ever. It's the Queen. The Queen of England is head of state of Canada. That's when you go over there. She appears on their coins and their stamps, I believe. I only went to Canada once, very briefly, stopped over at the airport. Boring! All right then, all right. Well, you share a fun fact.
Brodie, did you know that the first ever international game of cricket was played between the USA and Canada? There's a fun fact, and that's very interesting.
I know. I was going to share that fact earlier when we were supposed to talk about cricket.
Yes, well, we're not, because we're not going to talk about cricket, we're talking about Canadian things.
I know. I have been talking about Canadian things, but oh look at the time. We need to stop talking about Canadian things now and calm everything down a little bit. Do you know any Canadian songs?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, we could have sung you a song, Brodie. I was going to sing you a very nice song about cricket, which is going to gently soothe you and send you off to sleep. But as my show has been hijacked, and the hijacker hasn't been able to provide any music of any kind, which is simply going to have to say goodnight. So, good night from Toronto.
Night-night, Brodie. Sleep well.
And night-night from me, Daddy. And I love you lots. And I think I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Because
what's happening in a couple of weeks?
Well, Brodie's coming to visit Yorkshire again.
Is he really?
Oh, yes. And he's been sitting up all by himself now, and he can nearly walk. I mean, he's very determined to walk.
Oh, you're growing up so much, Brodie. Well, when you come to Yorkshire, I look forward to seeing you.
Yes, you'll get to meet Toronto. So, say goodnight now, and Daddy loves you lots and lots, and he'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye.